What up, fam? Happy Saturday, happy Jupiter session. It's still rising, so it's not super clear yet, but I want to hop on before the red storm disappeared completely. It's all the way on the right, about to vanish. We've got Europa in view, also hovering right next to Jupiter. Io behind Jupiter right now, so just 3 moons visible. I'm going to stay on here for a bit while the red storm's going, and then we'll zoom out and see what the whole configuration looks like. 8:31 p.m., edge of space, fringe of all the electric Birkeland filaments in our galaxy right here. Great to see everybody hopping in. Kimmy, you're first tonight. What's going on? Good to see you. Genghis Khan, nice to see you, friend. Arum Vorax, Cybercell Lee, nice to see you. Liminal, and anybody else joining, sitting in the background. So yeah, so tonight's going to be fun. It'll be a relaxing session. I say that, but you know how it goes. It ends up being a 2.5-hour marathon concert. Title of the video tonight is Jupiter's Got a Brain, or Jupiter's Conscious. It's funny because, well, not funny, it's just coincidental because Thunderbolts Project just put out a video just re-uploading Rupert Sheldrake's old talk from EU 2013. I've been shouting out Rupert Sheldrake almost every single show this past while, but it's amazing that he was 70 when he gave that talk. It's just truly remarkable. Talking about panpsychism, consciousness being fundamental, and of course the sticky, icky dogma that we deal with constantly of trying to introduce new ideas and get shot down all the time. But you know how it is. Counter-rotating rings around Jupiter, outlining the Birkeland current. We got this idea that everything is conscious because it has a field. It's self and other, point and shell, interaction that that kind of is the pattern that we have for consciousness, resonance and oscillation depending on how you look at it. And yeah, so I think a simple thing I was thinking about today is like when people say, how can a chair or a table or a planet or an apple be conscious? You just think about it because a planet doesn't go through another planet, an apple doesn't go through another apple, a chair doesn't go through another chair. I mean, in certain ways it does, but pretty much it doesn't. And the fact that it has a boundary means that in some way it now has a spatial awareness, and it has the ability to be permeable or non-permeable. And so once an object or a unit or instantiation of consciousness is pretty much saying, well, I have a field, I have a boundary, and I will react if something comes to this boundary, then all of a sudden you have a very primitive form of consciousness, but consciousness nonetheless. So that's the thought today. I might actually make it a music show tonight. I talked a lot, but if you have any questions, I'm happy to discuss them, and I will definitely serve up some of that master playlist stuff, and we'll see what else goes on. Let's go with some tunage here. Tunage for the Jupage. Gotta change it up tonight, try and play some different things, stuff that I haven't played. Let's do Bottomless.
Calling up your heart in my almost everything. If I could just have one more night to look into your eyes, out to say alone goodnight. Oh, but just so much as ask questions, what's up with it now? They got skipped to society, bring 8 billion are watching it. Players power the minds and living in dreamland. But I'm the soul for you until you went away. I'm catching the stars for you until you leave again.
That was Grown to Like You. I haven't played that in a little bit. So yeah, just wait for a few more people, then maybe play some live tunes here on this little acoustic guitar. I got it right next to me, so why not? We'll see what I can come up with tonight. So yeah, did a little bit of a wide shot so we could see the lunar configuration tonight. Ganymede now all the way at the bottom left, then Europa and Callisto at the top right, flipped around. Io is like left and behind Jupiter, and about, I don't know, 3 hours from now it should emerge. Not sure if I'll still be on then, but that's where Io is, if you're wondering. Great Red Storm still visible right at the cusp, and in the next 10 minutes or so it will disappear. Tons of atmospheric turbulence, I think, because of all the storms coming from the south, but it's pretty amazing to see it this close up. And of course, it's going to get better as it rises. I've been trying to get the telescope up, set up as early as possible, so as soon as Jupiter peaks over the horizon for me, I'm on it. But yeah, that's what we get, some atmospheric turbulence. Of course, you can see the fringing, the red at the bottom and the blue at the top. That's because it's also low against the horizon. Maybe we'll catch a rando wave tonight, Kimmy. Yeah, maybe. It's been, like I said, it's been so long since we've caught anything transiting or any waves. I see Astralis, what's going on? Hey, how you doing? Cybercelly says, love acoustic, big Leo Kottke fan. Love Leo Kottke, love, what's that other cat's name? Who's the guy, the Australian guy? Tommy Emmanuel. Oh my god, Tommy Emmanuel's amazing. I actually like Dave Matthews. People give Dave Matthews crap, but I love his acoustic playing. And he used to play with Tim Reynolds, who's also incredible. A couple of really good acoustic players. Who's that other guy who played with Tommy Emmanuel? If you remember, was it Mike Dawes? Could have been Mike Dawes. But yeah, you can always get better at acoustic. I mean, one of my favorites, of course, is John McLaughlin, and Paco de Lucia, Al Di Meola. The three. You know, if you remember the Saturday Night in San Francisco, the trio doing Mediterranean Sunset, Rio Ancho. Love that stuff. Really difficult. John Prine, right? John Prine's amazing. Tommy is just bewildering as he's playing. I do follow this cat. I'm trying to remember his name right now. It'll come to me. Who plays jazz, his contemporary player, Stefan Josko, Goscho. My god, he's so good. And I think he does a session with Tommy at one point. But truly great players nowadays. Who else am I thinking of? I'm trying to think of some deep cut acoustic players, like truly good acoustic players. I guess Tubular Bells, right? That's an old one. Forget his name, but gosh, I love it. Like when I'm off stream, I remember everything. Get on stream, complete blanking of certain things, just because I think I'm looking at too many things at once. Yep, just a consciousness show tonight. Just thinking about like how things are not only alive but conscious in their own way. And so as I was setting up, I was like, what is the difference? Kind of like if somebody said, like, how is Jupiter conscious in relation to humans being conscious, let's say? And I started to think, like, what is a distinction that we can make besides the fact that, like, it has a boundary layer, it attracts and repulses objects, it actually is creating matter in its atmosphere, it's creating a core at its center, it knows where it is in space, on and on and on. There are many properties of Jupiter and, you know, planets and stars in general. But I was trying to think, I was like, well, a human is actually this nervous system, which is a stack of plasmoids along a Birkeland filament, right? So it's like pearls along a string or stars along a string, and each star is a chakra. Each chakra has a field. Let's say it's 9. It's the 9 toroidal fields that are stacked along our nervous system, and that makes the human antenna. The human antenna interacts with the human biofield. Okay, so what's the difference? Maybe Jupiter doesn't have a stacked nervous system, right? Maybe planets and stars are these kind of constructs that have singular giant magnetic fields, like a single torus or nested tori, but they don't have a stack. And maybe that's why the consciousness of planets and simpler objects that have a singular torus or 2 or 3 or 4, I can't think of them right now, but I imagine spherical objects literally have one toroidal field, whereas a human or an animal is a stack of toroidal fields. So maybe that's what the difference is, like the complexity of life that we see, where it's TVs and writing and this very, very fine fractal structure. This is due to the fact that we have a complex stack of toroidal plasma donuts, and planets, for example, have very complex plasma donuts, but they only have one. Or they have one main one and much smaller ones on the poles. So that could be one distinction we could make in terms of like, why don't planets read and write, for example, or make music? But then I thought about it, I'm like, well, in their own way, Jupiter resonates, oscillates, does make tones. It probably communicates with the moons because the moons around it are interacting with Jupiter via an electrical circuit. So what do you think in the chat? Let me know what distinction you would make in terms of, one, if you agree with me that Jupiter is conscious, and two, what's the distinction between a planet and a human being? Is it the complexity of the order of the nervous system, or is it pretty much similar? It's just a planet, so it's a massive, it's in a different life form, or at least it's a different point in its life, in its transformation curve, and planets have a totally different type of conscious than humans. I mean, that seems obvious, of course, but it might be that simple. What's happening, Plain Truth? What's up, TBS TV fam? Good to see you. So, Red Storm passing through. I don't know if we're going to do shadows tonight, Kimmy says. Kimmy says maybe see a black shadow dot by the red spot. Last night was really amazing to have that shot. Tonight I'm not sure, because unless Europa is moving closer to Jupiter, which it might, and therefore we might potentially get the shadow of Europa coming in soon, like in the next hour. But Io is behind Jupiter and will emerge on the left, so I don't think we'll get the shadow of Io. That's my thoughts on that. Let's see. So yeah, let me know if that makes a little bit of sense in terms of a single plasma donut. And you know, because essentially one of our chakras would be equivalent to a single planet, right? That's the idea, is that like we're a string of planets or stars that actually is experiencing a field in a highly complex order, because each part of the chain, so like our stomach experiences its membrane, its electromagnetic field, its consciousness field in one way, and then it communicates with the brain field, or the third eye chakra, or the sacral chakra. And therefore we get much higher complex orders of consciousness that we think, wow, like nothing else can be this complicated. Humans are clearly the pinnacle of it. But that's why I think that animals and insects also have these stacks of tori, and this is what creates this complex order of not only being mostly, you know, self-aware, so things don't go through you, but also this idea of awareness of the field, the ability to craft eyeballs, which I kind of always resort to because it's such a fascinating object, an eyeball. And if there's any proof of a god, it's creating an eyeball, and you created that eyeball, or two of them. And pretty much the worst person in the world can make an eyeball, and the best person in the world can make an eyeball. And a mosquito, which is also terrible, can make like incredibly complex compound eyeballs. So it has nothing to do with ethics, morality, intelligence. It's, well, intelligence in a fundamental way it does, but, you know, like whether something is smart or dumb, it can still make eyeballs. So what's going on there, right? Like, it just really is a very simple path to panpsychism, self-organization, right? If you can self-organize, then consciousness is there at some fundamental level. And therefore just denigrating and diminishing and saying, well, it's 1% conscious versus 99% conscious doesn't really make sense. It's just trying to find a way to diminish or to claim unremarkability of consciousness, but truly, any little bit of consciousness is still consciousness. Cybercelly says, they say our gut is our second brain. Maybe in terms of like the order of it, but when I think brain, like I have in the title, Jupiter's got a brain, it's like a membrane, right? So it's a thin layer of plasma, or stacked onion skin of plasma layers around the stomach, or the star in our stomach, and that's how the gut has a brain. And then your throat has a brain, your eyes have, every single instantiation, point consciousness or chakra or plasmoid or Z-pinch, Bennett pinch, created by Markland convection, crossing of wires, ultimately has a membrane or a membrane field, and therefore that field allows the center of that field to oscillate with the field, therefore creating patterning of consciousness, or what we perceive as consciousness. So of course, this is the only rational way to understand how, non-abstractly, how the stomach thinks and how the heart thinks. Like, think with your heart, not your gut. Go with your gut. No, you think with your brain. Well, on and on and on, you can only derive that each part of our human system has its own functioning awareness. And then the collective awareness of our chakras or plasmoids or pearls on a string, stars on a string, create the complexity of the coherence of life that we see, where like each and every chakra is having its own experience, but also a collective one. All right, a little bit of tunes here. I'm gonna go fill up my glass. I was kind of thinking about having a drink tonight, but man, it's like, I feel like just having water tonight, maybe. Or maybe I'll see if there's some coffee left over. But yeah, I was like, oh, let me pour a drink. It's Saturday, but nah, I'll get too fuzzy. Let's do some, it's called Repeat Parties. It's a jam. quickly hop in to say what's up to Frederick. Welcome. Thanks for the nice words. Perfect time for PvP. Perfect. Cool. Yeah, another song here coming up is called The Cadet, an old one from Call in My Mind. I think the image is clearing up a little bit. Great red spot still a little bit visible on the right of Jupiter if you're just showing up. And then we got Europa hanging out on the right. Let's, yeah, rocket ship's taking off, but we'll wait for a few more people before I start playing.
Feel what you feel, you got to know when to speak. Better believe me, this is what you seek. Love what you know, you got to learn how not to fall. Better believe it, want to tell you all. Think what you want, but I can listen to the news. Better believe me, soon we cannot lose. Oh, bleed, how we bleed, you got to know just when to heal. Better believe me, this is why we're real. Know what you don't, and know just know when not to call. Better believe me, will it tell us all? Think what you want, and don't just listen to the news. You better believe it, still we cannot lose. Out of the way, smooth and fools. But it's not my kind of love, little girl. Out of the way, smooth and fools. And I'm inside out, I'm outside out. Out of the way, smooth and fools. Can you try forever? It's part of the way, cool and fools. But I'm inside out, I'm outside out. That's just the way you steal cool. In literature, eyes make all the rules. Cooking up every song and goose. Slowly tightening my noose. I think that's just what you want. Don't listen to the rules. Listen to the way smooth and fools. When I'm inside out, I'm outside out. Out of the way, smooth and fools. Can we try forever? It's part of the way, cool and fools. When I'm inside out, I'm outside out.
All right. Let's see, does that sound okay? I adjusted the image a little bit, it's looking nice now. Red storm is about gone, and I added some contrast so we can see a bit more of the banding. All right, should we play some tunes here? Some tunage for the jupage. I guess I don't need my headphones. All Yeah, no monitors for the acoustic, so I'll just have to wing it here. Cybercelly says something great, just let me quote it here. It says, a great way to learn how to let go is through the power of music. It helps us bring back memories and helps us reflect on them. Then we can reframe the experience, seeing it in a different light. Learning how to reframe or shift our view of a past experience allows us to replay it through a new lens, creating a different connection to it. Use music as a way to escape the present, reconnect with yourself, and release the past. That's perfect. Honestly, I can't say much more. You nailed it. Nailed it there. I see Cindy Loca. What's going on? Welcome again. Jupiter is the Bethlehem star. When Venus and Jupiter are back to back in line perfectly, it creates a star-like shape in the sky. It is a sign that Jesus is coming back. Well, I don't know about that last bit personally, but because I feel like Jesus could be interpreted a lot of different ways, but it's very possible that Jupiter or Venus was the Bethlehem star of lore. And the three wise men also, I feel like anthropomorphizing archetypes could have also been celestial archetypes. Or Jesus could have been an archetype of a person that went and became enlightened and was going around telling people that kind of the same thing that I say, like, you made your own body. Not that I'm comparing myself to Jesus, but, you know, pretty much all enlightened people who hit that Zen state are like, well, you're God, actually. And people are like, you can't say that, that's blasphemous. So I wonder sometimes. But also, somebody had a great story once they told me about Jesus. They're like, Jesus was maybe a code word for mushrooms. So they're like, oh, Jesus, oh, you know, the carpenter is just hanging out over there. The cost to life delivers. You know it will. Oh, so we can survive. The river, or so we may surmise. You had your time, tell me what's left for me. Done your crime, tell me what's left of it. Of them, oh, making the best of it. You left your heart at the wheel. You gotta give, slowly you got to give to reach it in the end. So, yeah, now we will. We float across the river. Well, you know we will survive. To life delivered. Oh, so we may surmise and keep love in the eye. It seems like you know it's real, you know the deal. And slowly you got to give to reach it in the end. So and hold on to me. Only if you're ready. I know we will survive, but we don't love no trouble. So we can survive. The cost of life delivers. right. That's one. That's No We Can Survive. Let me know about the levels here. Sound okay? NGC, what's going on? I remember black times in the dust, only everyone was us. We staged it once and there was this trust, relapse in view and ignored the view. Paid my due, I lived it once, ruined it, 3, 4. Somehow I remember black times in the dust, only everyone was us. I already ruined it twice now, let's try this again. Somehow I remember bad times in the dust, only everyone was us. We staged it once and there was this trust, relapse in view, but I paid my dues. Lived it once and for goodness sake, now into true and tell the world what's new. Hues and blues broken from the nest as the scene rising from the open tides. Saying my rivers wide, closed eyes. My wishes high, open skies. Oh, clear the rain to die. Deep inside my soul, you keep me waiting. You keep me deep inside my soul. I keep you waiting. I keep you waiting. You keep me waiting. You keep me waiting. Yo, NGC, we had the spot for a second there. That's why I went live real quick. It was up for a bit, but now it's disappeared around the right side. But much clearer shot on Jupy. Much clearer. So while I got that, let's what are we doing? Which one are we doing? Okay. Drift, you let me share your armor. Left here with this payment for my own old father. Just inseparable like motion and desire. All our scars that really faded won't retire. Just believe, soul endless traveling. Oh, just believe, you're so endless traveling. Oh, past the ponds on the electric solar sphere, my indescriptions of what love was near. And then you were gone, I was refracted lines, and we was erased from time. No will as weird as mine. No way, oh no way, just believe. Oh, soul endless traveling. I said, just believe. weather calls, got mountains across my head. I know it just plays a part, I know it's supposed to end. Sleep with the name we call, sending another train. Don't believe me when I say that we've been here again. You gotta believe me when I say we've been here again. Oh, ruined that a little. I really have to change this chord over here. Always do the same thing, same part. What's going on? Don't tell me you got clouds. That ain't cool. Not clouds. What's going on? Just being weird, huh? Let's get some adjustment going. Yeah, not sure what's going on. It looks like they're got some cloud coverage. Now it's too bright again. Okay. All right, let me do one more song, then I'll adjust the image one more time. What song should I play? Alright, yeah. Walked into myself in a dream, I tell ya. Locked doors, no flaws in this fantasy. Take the night, cause everything's been for your pleasure. You found your home, you found your tome, you found your treasure. When you play your mind, your face, the needlessness to raise a harmony wave. It's the lovers of the age. No story to save, just the corner of your page. On top of the wave, I found the love, I found the sage. I'm coming to say, I know it is your fate. I've been sold a heart for you. I've been so wrapped up, it's true. Puffing slow, take off with you. I've been slowly rocking you. I've been sold a heart for you. I've been so only in dark, you know it's true. No, it's true. And slow, take off with you. I've been torn apart. Said I've been torn apart too. Oh, help me find the least ways to be. I walk behind the dream I find. It's only light you'll be the one. And I remember. Oh, harmony wave, it's the lovers of the age. No story to save, just the corner of your page. On top of the wave, I found the love, I found the sage. I'm coming to say, I know it is my fate. Been sold a heart for you. I've been all wrapped up, it's true. Puffin' slow, take off with you. I've been torn apart too. Said I've been torn apart. Gotta say, that's one of the tougher ones to sing. I always think I can get it right, and I think I always mess it up. Alright, I feel that cloudage move through. Let's adjust the image one more time. I'm going to keep it on the wider, the only 2x here instead of, or like 1x multiplier, just because the drift is not great. All right, one more here. I will give us no love. Heavy metal outside. Doesn't seem like luck, no did the crime. Then we gotta make it through this doorway. We're gonna be a star this time. Going up, are you ready? Going up, are you ready? We're blowing up, are you ready? And then I'm falling to the light of your world. Then I thought I saw the symbol, dark night, drawn light. Oh, goddess of Leviathan, burn bright. Through the chorus I am standing. Oh, this coin pride would blind me. You need a ride, you need a ride. Sublime you feel, tethered on you feel. I sing the lighter to love, just the willingness to totally spirit. Just ain't like love, don't need the crime. Then we gotta sow the woman say we're gonna be a star this time. Going up, are you ready? We're glowing up, are you ready? We're blowing up, are you ready? And I'm falling to the light of your world. And I thought I saw the symbol, dark night, drawn light. Oh, goddess of Leviathan, burn bright. It's funny. Saturday night. What's up, Sigma? Monday 26th, Jupiter will be in opposition. It will rise in the eastern sky as the sun sets in the west and make the largest planets closest pass to Earth in 59 years. That's what we're doing here. Watching the jupes. Adjusting the jupes. Yeah, the upper band is looking darker. Really like the detail that emerges at the bottom half too. Those kind of curlicue diachotron storms. All right, what do we play here? Couple more, and then I'll take a break. You know, let's try this one again. Show me why you need no will for the ones you left. Would you crawl up beside me and we'll fly? You're my sleep when I lost you. Sleep when I lost you. You're my hurricane. No love when I lost you. No love now I lost you. You're my hurricane. Let's try this part. Empty. Oh, is that it? Yeah. Empty. Let me try this one more time. Empty on my counter beach. your reticle up to the beast. We all getting high here. And so many words of the naked and the burst below the field of summon the rain. Oh, tell me the way you've been. Slide over me. Oh, slide over me. You were the dream, sweetly. Don't show me how you be. And you crawl up beside you. Nowhere for the ones we left. And you crawl up beside you. Fly, fly. You're my hurricane. No sleep when I lost you. Sleep when I lost you. You're my hurricane. No love, now I lost you. Oh, love when I lost you. You're my hurricane. All right, I'm finally integrating that second verse. For those of y'all that know this song, the recorded one has that last bit, and I never played it before, so I just did. Wait, are we going to get Io popping out? I think we might. Take a look at the little dimple on the top left corner right near the red band. I think Io is about to emerge, if I'm not mistaken. We got Europa to the right. I'm seeing 24/7 live Arizona skies. What's a Brane? Brane is like our brain, but it's a membrane, right? Like, I think when I first heard it was superstring theory, like the membrane theory, the membrane theory. But then now when you think about plasma fields, or when I think about plasma fields, or an onion-skinned layer of conscious plasma around the body, the human biofield, the atomic shell, the planetary spheres, the heliosphere, for example, the sun's field that we're within, I want to say that's a brain, right? It's like a thin membrane of plasma that stores information. Check it out. Yeah, it is Io. That's amazing. So cool. Yo, Timothy Martin, I see you up there. Sorry I missed you. Welcome, welcome. It's been a while. NGC says, do you see Rupert on Thunderbolts? Yeah, you're late tonight. That's the first thing I said. I was like, look at how cool. I saw your comment, NGC. I was like, hell yeah. My peoples in the Thunderbolts Project recognizing Rupert. Isn't it amazing that, like I said earlier, he was 70 years old. I think he's 80 now. So that was like 10 years ago. He's 70 in that talk. It's unbelievable. Interstellar dreams I had early last morning. The red lights glaring and the dark so green. Oh, your mind so blue. Would you take me on your journey? Long the moon's we blue. Horizon so NGC says, I watched Don Scott, the one I recommended, the part 1 and 2. Yeah, I watched part 2 again today. I feel like, you know, Jeffrey Walensky has a little bit of a few bones to pick with Thunderbolts Project, and I kind of agree with him ultimately when you really think about it. Like, because Thunderbolts Project, all the guys on it sound so thorough, but then there are ideas that they're not necessarily talking about. Like Don Scott is clearly brilliant, clearly counter rotation makes a lot of sense. But if you're not really considering something like stellar metamorphosis, I think you're missing a huge part of it. And then at the end, though, of part 2, which is really cool, is that he talks about the little diagram of a Markland convection of the two Birkeland currents crossing wires in the center to create a Z-pinch or a Bennett pinch. So not only is he not talking about, he says basically like something to the effect of, well, this is how stars and galaxies are formed, but he never says something like, well, these are also chakras, and on and on and on. I think, well, mostly just our human chakra, pearls on a string, stars on a string, perfectly resonates with what he's talking about on a cosmic scale. But for some reason, Thunderbolts doesn't really try and dissect. I guess Gerald Pollack does a little bit, but I feel like it would make a lot of sense here if we integrated cosmology and human construct as a fractal recursion of cosmology. Ashara Jade, what's going on? Always love to see your little icon in there. Yeah, look at Io popping out of Jupiter. I thought, not out of Jupiter, but behind Jupiter, from behind Jupiter. I thought it might happen a bit later, but it's happening now, so I'm not complaining. Let's see, what do we have on the left? I think that was Ganymede, right above the 1 on my screen, and then Io, and then Europa, and Callisto's far off the screen to the top right. So great shots of Jupiter tonight, if I may say. I feel blessed with the connection. It's all green lately. No problems with that. Tomorrow's new moon. So yeah, we'll see with this Hurricane Ian. I don't know. It's a perfect day here. Perfect day. All right, that was a bit of Hurricane, a little sloppy, but not terrible. What should we play here? Yeah, I'll do one more here and then take a tiny break. Let's do this. Where is it? Got enough, no doubt. Got to steal to have it all. I create everything I want every day. Some hardly live, which is wrong. Style says we suffer on. Would you give if you could synthesize your every pain? I think it grows in heavy soils and trickles down the hemispheres into machines. Collective iris, the machines. Collective iris. Oh my love, I make no mistake, man. When you arrive, no other would do. Yeah, we're dreamers by this lover's misshapen. You beg me for the crown. I know it's up to you. Pour me up in two. And if it was your mythical action, I know you're distracting me from this dream we held in force last night. Your love geometry will lead. Say the music blazes. Get high up in space, kid. Believe in your love, deceiving of nothing. The music blazing. Get high up in space, kid. Receiving your love, believing in something. Machine, collective iris, the machine. Collective iris, the machine. Collective iris, the machine. blazing, get high up in space, kid. Receiving your love, believing in nothing. The music blazing, get high up in space, man. Receiving your love, believing in something. Music blazing, high up in space, man. Receiving your love, receiving. Music blazing, high up in space. Oh, the machine, collective virus, the machine, collective virus, the machine, the machine. All right. I see Dan Edmonds. Is that why Jupiter got a nipple? What are you talking about? That is the moon Io popping out on the left. I don't know if you see it clearly. But definitely hit that 4K so you can get a clearer shot. See Renegade, what's going on, Ren? Nice to see you. 24/7, great to see you. It's been over a year since scoping. That's a shame. Hope you get back to it. All right, I'm gonna take a little break here. It's thankfully a little cooler, so I'm not completely drenched tonight. That's fun. Quickly for everybody who's just joining. So yeah, we got Jupiter in sight. We got Io to the left of Jupiter. We got Europa to the right, and then Ganymede at the far bottom left corner. And Callisto's all the way off screen up to the top right. And then let's see. The show title tonight is Jupiter's Got a Brain, or Jupiter's Conscious, or Planets Are Conscious, and this is all about panpsychism and the idea that consciousness is fundamental. All matter and light emerges from consciousness first. And then, of course, if that's the case, then all planets and stars and all things that exist within this conscious reality have some level of consciousness. Jupiter, of course, has its own spatial awareness. It's got its own chemical construction going on. It's got all these flows and storms. It directly is connected to its moons, clearly. And so Jupiter, of course, has a level of consciousness. There's no doubt, depending on how you perceive consciousness. But for me, consciousness is a patterning of resonance between self and other, self being Jupiter and its field right now, and also the core of Jupiter and the outside surface of Jupiter, or I guess the atmospheric surface of Jupiter that we see, is also a shell with an inner core. So if you just imagine a nucleus with an electron shell or an electron cloud, this electron cloud, these clouds are not only counter-rotating, but also outline a Birkeland current, because everything is powered by electrical cables being plugged in, or rather, actually pinches forming along the Birkeland current. So there isn't really like an object and then the Birkeland current plugs into it. It's just that a Birkeland current terminates into an object, and the object itself is wrapped in helical field lines, or electric cables, or ropes. There are a lot of different terms for it, but you can imagine that there's the shape of an apple, or the proboscis of a butterfly. These the antenna, for example, outline a Birkeland current. There's no other reason these things would occur in that way. If you look up mainstream understanding of it, it's purely just guesswork at this point. Definitely, yeah, hit that 4K so you can see all the detail. Like I said, I'm going to stretch a little bit and adjust the image a tiny bit as well, because I feel it's a bit blown out. It's so cool to see Io. Earlier in the stream, I had the Great Red Storm. It disappeared across to the right. So if you want to see the Great Red Storm for a moment, it's not as clear as it is right now, but you can at least see a tiny bit of it, and you can see it disappear along as Jupiter spins. Vibey Jupes. All right. 9:39 p.m. Fringe of space, edge of reality. What are we playing here? Let's see if you can. Let's do some Eurydice and Syncopated. Haven't heard these in a while. Back to back. All right, those are some old songs. Love those. Happy to see everybody in the chat. Be Randy. Be Randy. So yeah, I'm gonna stick here with the shot and keep it tracking and play a few more songs, and then maybe get back to live in a bit. Let me know if you have any requests. Let's shout out some of our cool people in the community and drop the playlist link. I know y'all must be sick of me doing this, but if one of you hasn't yet, please watch it, add it, share it. Yeah, this is my master references playlist right there. And the people in it. Still, I haven't updated it yet, but first on the list, Jeffrey Walensky with Stellar Metamorphosis. I'm listing out the nominees for Best New Theory. Best Alternative Physics Theory. So Jeffrey Walensky, then the next one is Eileen McCusick, The Nature of the Human Biofield. Sky Scholar, 3 Honest Astronomers Agree. Then you got Alexander Unziker's Real Physics, Variable Speed of Light. You got Dyslexic Artist Theory on the Physics of Time, where he talks about Isaac Newton's shell theorem and the topological geometry of theoretical physics. That's a mouthful. Then we got Halton ARP and Intrinsic Redshift. Of course, Halton ARP, our great and very underrated, very underknown Galilean type astronomer that took thousands of photos of galaxies and quasars and determined that potentially, very possibly, that redshift is not due to expansion of the universe, but rather age and oscillation. He doesn't say that it can't be from recession, but he also says that it also could be due to age, because galaxies are grown or born along the spiral arms of larger galaxies. So Halton ARP is amazing. We don't have a ton of data from him, but really just even throwing a wrench into the idea of redshift and recessional velocity, and the idea that the universe is, one, expanding, which it might be, but also it might be oscillating. And then the fact that redshift is used to determine the distance of things in space, but now potentially redshift is actually due to age and transformation curve. So if you look at redshift in terms of stellar metamorphosis, you'll see that it is indeed a certain phase transition of a large white star that goes from blue to red. So there is this kind of red shifting of the refractive nature of stars. However, maybe it's not completely understood in terms of contemporary mainstream presentations of it. Keep going here. So next on the list we got Ken Wheeler, Theoria Apophysis with the Nature's Secrets of Magnetism. Then you have LPP Fusion, which is Eric Lerner's channel, talks about the Big Bang never happened. Now, granted, I've mentioned this before, but I go back and forth on this idea. I feel like the Big Bang, if interpreted through superstring theory, might indeed be an event that could have happened at a certain point, like a Markland convection Big Bang. So, but before that, there was not nothing. There was pure boundless intelligence, consciousness, and within the membrane of this, 2 Birkeland currents crossed wires created our universe, the same way a star is born. A Big Bang universe is possible, but of course it can't be this kind of idea of nothingness and then everythingness. The nothingness is actually potential kinetic ether or plasma that ends up turning into real matter. So can't throw out the baby with the bathwater, even though I know that people need to just draw a line in the sand against Einstein. Then next up we got Dan Winter, Why Objects Fall to the Ground. And so Dan Winter, pretty brilliant, talks about neg entropy, and he talks about a lot of different things, but especially how we perceive reality, how consciousness works, which I've mentioned is resonance with our field, and we pinpoint bits of information on shells around the human body, and by vortexial implosion, we actually create instantiations of consciousness. So we create micro Markland current crossovers, either when we resonate with each other or resonate with any object that exists in the field. To keep going here, I'm not reading the chat, by the way, I'm just going through the list, so I'll get back to it in a moment. Then we got Thunderbolts Project. Of course, they dropped Rupert Sheldrake's video today, but the link I have in there is Buddy James. buddy the Doherty set, the Donuts video, which is absolutely one of the best videos put out. Then you got Electric Universe Eyes, Theories on the Rocks. You got Jacob Gable on the Electric View from way back, and also the Electric View I was on with Shockwave and Neil and a bunch of the other cool cats in the Electric Universe, Electric View, Smasho and Michael and so many others, Ramon. And yeah, that's a link to the Electric View. There's probably still an archive there. Then Geometric View, that's Buddy again, but this is Tess Clark talking on the Geometric View, so Tess Clark Mythos. And then finally got Gareth Samuel from See the Pattern, Understanding Electric Discharges. So a lot of good info in that playlist. Thanks for letting me repeat it, or at least dealing with me repeating it a million times. But yeah, so share that, and then let's play a song here. What song's coming up? I gotta play something different, nothing that I played in the last few nights, so bear with me, let's find something. What about Pulling Myself Back? I haven't played this in a while. Wild Wizard. say what's up to Ed. You're asking me about the instrumental I played at the beginning of yesterday's stream. Let's see, what is that one? I'm not exactly sure. Let's see, Jupiter's counter rotation. Go back to the beginning. That is called Defunct. And I don't actually have it posted anywhere, but I'll play it for y'all here. I like this one. I'll be right back. That's a lyric, Defunct, but I got them both on there. I tried to be really subtle with the vocals, not too in the, doesn't take too much away from it. That's the one, hells yeah. That was still in demo form, I think I could release it that way, but again, I'm still trying to figure out like what platform I want to do the next few releases on, and I'm being very, very good about not sharing the new stuff with y'all. I have like 4 or 5 new songs that I have not played at all. 2 of them are pretty much done, 3 are still in demo, but they're all like really, really like good stuff, I think you'll like it. But I'm trying to just get maybe 10 together before I share them, because I tend to do this thing where I'm like, well, just share them a little bit and everyone will like them, and then I never finish them because it's like, well, that's good enough. But this time I'm just going to really write 10 new songs, and then next moon cycle share them all on one show. So that'll be fun. We'll see if I can achieve a little challenge like that. Should I play a little bit of live? Why not? I'm in the mood to do it. I'm in the mood to do it. Take off the headphones, hopefully. Jupiter won't do me ill. Hopefully, Jupiter won't do us in. Jupiter won't do us in. I really hope Jupiter doesn't know everything. Some mystery is good. I really think so. Some mystery is good. Oh yeah, it's the chat room song. It's been a while since the chat room song. Oh, the chat room, that could be a lyric. Now that's great songwriting, and we have a solid rock. Now we're gonna put it in the mud. I need to scroll right through up into the top, but I got no third hand. So you gotta come up with something pretty novel. Please help me out, help me out. Oh, I know I'm 30 seconds in the future. 30 seconds in the future. Yes, I'm ahead of you in the future. 30 seconds or so. Help me out, apparently. I need to know, I need to know, I need to know. No. Yo, what's going on, Esoteric Gold? It says, my 14-year-old nephew has a camera set up and telescope. He's getting images just like you, including gaseous constellations. That's awesome. Love to hear that. Next generation is going to crush it on scoping for sure. For sure. What's going on, Fantasy? Ecstasy. Oh, 30 seconds or so. That's cool. Yeah, pretty nice shot of Jupiter. The IO emergence was nice, was fun. Shout out to Rupert Sheldrake, because he's a badass. His latest video on Thunderbolts Project, go check it out, go share it. Just gotta say it, because I gotta say it. He's super duper underrated and been dogged for years about panpsychism, which will end up being true. Because it's so much more logical than not panpsychism, than anti-psychism. See, Carl Gruen, Jupiter is a big candied bacon. Bacon, so delicious. Even though I don't eat meat no more. Candied bacon, so delicious. I'm sure it was a lifetime ago. Candied bacon, Jupiter. I wonder how you taste. I wonder if we made friends. Would you give me some recipes from your ma? I know you'll know how to make. Do you know how to bake? I'm sure you made a pie or two. 2πr over GM squared, I know. Can you make me a recipe, a recipe, a recipe? Can you set up a play day? I know I got time now, I got time. I got time. But I need a few lines. You know, not those kind of lines. Jupiter's a gobstopper, big, holy gobsmacker in the sky. What accent was that even? I know it sounded kind of cool. I do. I've been lurking here this hour. Maple candy, bacon, cookies. Okay, mate, I suppose I'm just spacing out. If I go pretty fast, it'll be better than now. Chip would make for a sweet, smooth butter cone. I would make up the brain if you wanna know. Electrical stock now. Do you wanna dance if I play the right chords at the right tempo? Would you wanna dance or would you wanna frown? Disappointment. Adjusting the jupes dance. Today, I hope you don't text me tomorrow, so I can be retired. Alright, messing around here. Freelance and dancing. So no one's gonna give me any lyrics, huh? I just have to be creative all by my lonesome. I put on new strings on this little guitar and it's just so wiggly. Take back dinner. Super light strings. That's all I had though. I had to ultimately clean it up. GED Skeptic Media says, where did Jupiter's eye go? So at the beginning of the stream for like 20 minutes, the eye was on like the far right, and then it crept all the way around, and after, I don't know, 15 minutes or so, or 30 minutes or so, it disappeared. And boxes, your infinite toxin, all got something to say. Indestructible ideas are vanishing, aimlessly wandering away. The nation crawls insatiable into our nighttime activities, your liberties. What can you say? You're my sister and I love you forever. Say, you're my brother planetary. I was stolen by the rock star. Don't know what you're killing for. Staring up at those familiar lights, enormous. Don't make me pay the cost. I wanna live another day. Of course, but what does it all mean? Is it all just one mad dream? But I'm trying to forgive, locking those lips to break them apart. To diamonds in orbit, sparkling tricks to sweeten the spoil. You're stuck in the coil. Say, where does this feeling come from? Where do I get the right to ask such crazy questions? Say, where does this feeling get me? Oh, how do I know it's right to ask those outrageous questions? Oh, where does this feeling take me? How do I know it's right to ask those crazy questions? I got to ask those crazy questions. But I'm trying to forgive, locking those lips to break them apart. Diamonds in orbit, sparkling tricks to sweeten the coil. Stuck in the spoil, and I can't play forever. I'm believing that you, but I can't play forever. I'm believing that you. Oh, I can't play forever. I'm trying to forgive. Yo, what's going on, Tetrapodum? Greetings. Then I might believe you're God. 44 v 44. Not sweep the streets streets no more. Not sweep the streets no more. 'Cause we're golden. Oh, deep down in the whale's belly, we are those caterpillars multiplying golden. Oh, deep down in the whale's belly we are. Oh, we are. Slightly out of range. Man, it's windy. That storm's cooking up. Let's see, what else? What else we got? In this cosmic revelation, we all got our places to play. Be the creatures grinding against the grain. Build your world with nothing to fear but yourselves. Apparitions that repeat through. Ever fear your open wide soul modulation? Ever feel this ride go higher, love I'm craving? Just come feel it till you yeah, bring me back. Just bring me back out of the cold, you know. Bring me back, oh, bring me back. Lost Jupiter there for a moment. Bring it back. Just bring it back out of the cold, out of the cold. Bring me back. Oh, bring me back. That's so indescribable high. So wise. What haven't I played tonight? Let's see. Feel like the skies and the rain. I wanna feel like myself ain't to blame. I need to see you right. I need to feel right. I need to play the right kind of song. Salt of the earth we play. Someday we'll do better. Someday we'll do better. I'm like a song wants to do better. Someday you'll do better. Like the salt of the earth we play. Someday we'll do better. Well, I left home at 17. Couldn't tell you I was living the dream. What could I do? For a while I played the field. How could I prove than this. Catch me if you fall, catch me when you're low. The moon goes high and up as Jupiter wants to know. That's not grammatically correct. Catch me if you fall, catch me if you're low. It's a simulation. Wake up in solitary. Oh, wake up, it's imaginary. Yeah, man, don't you know your life is worth more than this? Yeah. Oh, what would you have me do? It's a simulation. Wake up in solitary. Yeah, wake up, it's imaginary. Oh man, don't you know your life is worth more than this? Yeah. Catch me if you fall. Catch me if you know. The whistle song. Carolina, what's going on? Boop boop. That was a pretty okay rendition, if I may say. Pretty okay rendition. Jupiter has turned to a honey stick. Whatever they may call it. Whatever they may call it. The tip of a honey stick. That sounds so naughty, so dirty, so lascivious. The tip of a honey stick. Somebody tell me the proper name for that thing. The proper name for that thing. Tell me the proper name for that thing. So I can set the record straight. It still looks pretty fine. Oh, so divine. You look so wild. I'm so happy that you showed up at my hemisphere. So freaking dirty, like the obsolete minds we read. So freaking dirty, sometimes I don't even mean half the things I speak. But that's untrue, you know I'm so sincere with what I say to you right here. You know I can't help, it's all a train of consciousness, unavoidable, unavoidable stream of consciousness. Oh, Shockwave, what's going on? What's a brain? I love that people are asking this question. I was like, oh, should I make the title like the thumbnail, which is Jupiter is conscious or something? But instead I wrote Jupiter's got a brain. So brain is short for membrane, and I think we get the word for the actual brain from that. If I were to wager, I think there is some sort of tie-in. But yeah, so membrane, and then the brain, which is the shell of plasma around the field that forms between the counter-rotating rings of a Birkeland current, where matter coalesces along certain harmonic oscillations. So that's a brain, and in membrane theory, Actually, let me adjust the image here. I see that, like, it's storming up, right? Like, all of this is not the tracking. It's just windy. Honey dipper. Thank you. Tip of a honey stick. Dipper. Let's see. See, very hard to know what's going on. Where'd Jupiter go? Yeah, let's look at the wide shot for a moment. I think I'm losing the view as well. It's hitting the windowsill at this point, but wow. Nice configuration of moons. I believe it's Ganymede, bottom left. Here, let me set up some of these labels. Shockwave says, all matter has consciousness, within it all matter. Within it all matter. I agree. Well, because I feel like consciousness is the fundamental, and then matter arises from consciousness. Therefore, it's inextricable. All right, what do we got? What do we got? That is Callisto. So Callisto is top right, real far away tonight. And we got Ganymede, which is far left tonight. We got Jupiter. Yes, it is Jupiter. Jupiter. That's Io. Just the emergence of Io tonight was really nice. And then Europa right there. Yo, Cybersully, take care. I didn't see you leave. Get a punk song going. Realize it, yeah. Consciousness is part of the electromagnetic spectrum, but the mainstream doesn't realize it yet. Shockwave is part of the alternative science group. I mostly agree, but sometimes you see some radical shit, something I don't know to be true. But that's pretty fine with me. It's okay if you do think of things differently. Yo, Silent Murmur, what's going on? I wonder where Chris Parker is. Has he been around? I wonder where Chris Parker is. Has he been around? Just like the moons of Jupiter. 'Cause when you're there, you feel like it's gonna explode. Now you know more lyrics, please keep going. That one was pretty good. I appreciate it. Fast 49cc. crazy. Now you see it coming down the chat room style flow. I know that you got it in you to fulfill the mission. Provide me with some words of attrition. Maybe words of affection would be better. Now you can help me if you are really poetic. Even if you don't know much, just spew some word vomit in my chat room. It's all good, 'cause we're in space. We're in space. We're in consciousness. We're in space. Tell me where we are, we're in space. We're in space. We're in space. Don't tell me where we are. We're in space. So tell me where we are. We're in space. But tell me where Chris Parker is. Where Chris Parker is. Tell me where he is. Maybe he's lurking. Maybe he don't want to die. Maybe he's lurking in the background tonight. Tell me where we are. We're in space. All right, let me remove these labels here. Stop cyber sullying up the image. So yeah, I'm not going to go in for another zoom. Let's just let this drift out. Tomorrow, day after, I'll keep going as long as I got clear skies. Maybe Ian won't be a disaster. Yeah, what's up? One last try. I'm Fast49. It's cool to see ya. Welcome. And Ben, I see you in there too. We're near the end. We're near the end. But just for tonight, we're near the end. We're near the end. But you know it's just like the start. Just the start of something just like the end. We're near the end. Just like a star in your chain. That's okay, you know you're made up of stars. A string on the lot, vibrating in hearts. That's why your stomach's got a brain. It ain't smarter than that, your stomach's got a brain. You ain't smarter than that, no, your stomach's got a brain. Every chakra finds you a donut system. A system. Assisted. Alright, no, this is going nowhere. Assisted living? No. Assisted living. Like a grilled cheese smelling, 'cause you burnt it. Like assisted living. Oh, it's that year for old people, shuffling off this mortal coil. I'm making light of the situation, but I'm also sensitive, 'cause I know it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard, 'cause we're still here. It's pretty hard. Assisted living. So stupid. I'm so stupid sometimes, that's okay. relinquish some of it. Every single day, I relinquish some control. That's part of the balance, you know. The AL shuffle. I thought it actually read like the AI shuffle. This is the AI shuffle. This is the AI shuffle. Artificial infected computer mind, slowly devising plans to take over. The AI shuffle, like, oh man, that didn't work. That was something weird. Sometimes it spirals out. AL shuffle. I'm gonna have to work on that. Let's see. Do I know any Dokken songs? I haven't played any like heavy metal in a long time. I used to listen to Dokken, but I can't actually play any covers at all anymore, unfortunately. I would love to, but it's rough. Thank you, Silent. I'm having some fun tonight. I hope it doesn't make the bots think that it was Jesse's crunk, because I can't afford another copyright thing. Oh, and we lost Jupiter for tonight. That's my cue. That's my curly cue. We've lost Jupiter for the night. I really appreciate you and you and you and you for your presence here tonight. This is my cue. Thank you so much, everybody. This is my cue. Oh, we lost Jupiter for the night. We are cool weirdos. Yeah, Kimmy. I see Marco Catalan. How? And just one last try, let's slay the bees. I think that's true, I'll just rewind it. I'm gonna set my bell for next time. Behind it, a negative, never give them control of your being. Oh, of your being. I appreciate you too, oh yeah. We lost Jupiter for once tonight. Lost Jupiter for one more night. I'll be back so soon and feel like nothing's passed between now and then. Definitely go check out the playlist I shared with you. Go check out Aline McCusick and Rochelle Drake. Halton has some pretty cool ideas. And Belakovsky, how did I not think of Belakovsky before? What a cool name, enough syllables, cool name. Nothing like Edwin Hubble to burn your book. Nothing like Dirac's long number to school your brain. Nothing like Sky Scholar to debunk the debunker. Oh, poor Professor Dave. Oh, poor Professor Dave. I really missed your sails. Climb over now. Let's get into hell together. You know I ain't making it to heaven. You know I ain't, 'cause I said the word. I shared the secret when I should have shut the hell up. But no one's listening anyway. No one's listening anyway. Only about 15 people. Shout out to Rupert Sheldrake. Hell yeah. Black screen live. The curtains drew before I finished the vibe, but it's okay. Yeah, it's really okay. That's just my windowsill, cutting it off, you know. But like I said, I'm fading out before I'm really tired to know. I'll see you all maybe tomorrow.